The National Koala Monitoring Program is using the best technology and analytics to come up with the best estimates we can of koala populations and distributions right around the country. Today we're here in the Redlands Coast region, and we're going to show you some of the many ways that we look for koalas under the National Koala Monitoring Program. We can do this using thermal drones looking for koalas from above, or looking for koala poos using things like detection dogs. We also use acoustic recorders which let us hear koalas in the environment, or we can use our eyes and just walk around looking for them and counting them ourselves. We also have citizen science apps that we are able to use that lets anybody come out, look for koalas and spot them and bring that information back into the National Koala Monitoring Program.
Hi, my name is Dr. Roman Cristescu, and this is summer here. And we are from Detection Dog for Conservation at the University of the Sunshine Coast. So basically what they do is they help us find koala scats, and through their scats we know that koala live in the habitat, and so we are really detecting and mapping koala habitat. And then often we also want to know health, koala's health, and so for that we deploy what we call our genetic detection dog, and that dog takes us to the very fresh scat. We collect the scats and we bring them back to the lab. So basically, we were searching the landscape for koala scats, and Austin got very excited and suddenly dropped. And so that's his indication that he's got something. So what I do then, I ask him to show me, because it's still really hard to find a scat in that, very complex litter. And so he's pointed the scat with his nose, and here it is. So with the National Koala Monitoring Program, we've been doing actually a lot of different method testing. So we're really keen to always know the strengths and limitation of the different innovation that we do for koala conservation. So from detection using dog or acoustic recorder, to density, to health measure. All the methods have pros and cons, and they have strengths and limitation. And only by knowing that really well, we'll be able to select the best method and really get accurate data on koala. We just have one of our koala coming down the tree. We saw him before, and there was quite a lot of birds activity, and we thought potentially he was being harassed by the birds. And so he's just come down. You can see that he's both got a collar and an AirTag. So the collar is so that we know its location through the landscape. Especially here, there's a lot of houses, there's a lot of roads. We really want to know how we can manage those safely. So those little Bluetooth koala AirTag are really essential link between citizen scientists and koala conservation. Basically, thanks to that little tag, people can report where koala are, but also who is where. So linking each individual koala to their home range and which other koala are in their home range, and sharing that life with them. It's very critical because all that data enables government, for instance, to make decisions on where to conserve koala habitat. And it also is a way to train every one of us to become protector or guardians of our koala, because we can learn how to recognize when a koala is sick and report it through the app. And then we can get in touch through the app with local wildlife carer. And those people are amazing citizens who come rescue koala and bring them to hospital so they can get treated and released and back into the wild.
The National Koala Monitoring Program has created an app called Koala Spotter, which lets people record koala sightings no matter where they are. So if you're out walking in town or on a bushwalk or at the park and you spot a koala, you can take a picture, record your location, and send that data to us. The data you collect using the app gets sent to our National Koala Sightings database. And from there, we use that information to create maps of where they live, how many koalas there are, and also whether or not they're healthy. We've deliberately designed this app so that anybody, no matter their age, can use this and get out there and have some fun. And believe it or not, most of the data that we've gotten through this app so far has come from family and kids who are just out together on an adventure.
We're really trying to make sure we can look at all of the different monitoring approaches and technologies that are out there for koalas and use them in a best practice way to allow us to tell that national story of the koala.